Hello and very warm welcome here on Canal, the English, for another edition of the program, The Forum. Our guest tonight is not a member of the political or economic world, but a global figure in the pageant world, the beauty. She is Miss Face of the Miss Face of the Globe Cameroon 2016, and her name is Ramoutou Silou Endeley. With her, we're going to be speaking on her profile and how she did to be elected. Please do not go away. We shall be back in a jiffy. As I announced at the introduction of this program, our guest is Ramoutou Endeley. She is Miss Face of the Globe Cameroon 2016. It is a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you very much.
And how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm okay.
Good.
It's a pleasure. As I said, you are not a person doing having anything to do with politics, and I suppose nothing into the business world. And now tell us, you are Miss Face of the Globe Cameroon 2016, right?
Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Because most people in Cameroon do not know about this pageant.
Yeah.
What people know a lot is Miss World.
Yeah.
Now tell us, how come you got elected as Miss Face of the World, or Miss Face of the Globe 2016?
Okay. First of all, my name is Ramoutou Silou Endeley. I am 21 years old, currently a final year student of the University of Buckingham, and that's in England. I was currently, or last year rather, elected as a beauty queen. I was crowned Face of the Globe Cameroon 2016, and it was a very good experience for me, a very good one. And we were like so many girls from all over the world, 31 countries representing, and I was honored and fortunate to represent my country, Cameroon, where I made it as finalist to this beauty pageant. Yeah, that's the
whole story, right?
Yeah, that's the story.
So you got into this contest simply because you are a student in Birmingham?
In Buckingham.
Buckingham in England.
Yeah.
Perhaps if you were in Cameroon as a student,
yeah,
you wouldn't have had this chance to contest.
I don't think I would have had the chance to contest because I heard about it when I was abroad. My friends told me about it. They're like, hey, you look like you can go in for this and represent your country, and that's what I did. And the panel saw me and they thought I represented my country well, and that was how I made it, as a finalist, and I made it to Disneyland Paris.
Brilliant. Now, before going to the final contest at Disneyland Paris, that is the Disneyland, in fact, is located on the outskirts of Paris.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the thing is, before getting to that stage,
yeah,
were you competing already at maybe lower levels?
Yeah, we were. So how this pageant works is they get girls involved in like humanitarian services. It doesn't matter where you are, you just start working from there so that we can raise funds for a particular charities called the Rainbow Child Foundation. So we were into a lot of activities. I was baking and, just asking family and friends to raise funds. And, if the girl who raises like the highest funds obviously passes that section or that, that area of the competition. There were other competitions like photo shooting. We had to do photo shoots. We had to do catwalks. We had to do sports, fitness. I'm not very good at that, so.
Now, why did you opt for baking, right?
Yeah.
And why did you choose that?
I love cooking. I absolutely. My cooking is not the best, but then I still go for it when I have the opportunity to.
Oh, you have that opportunity.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know if you're the right person that I should ask this question, but I will because you're in front of me right now. Can you tell those watching you right now the difference between Miss Face of the Globe and Miss World? Those are two beauty pageants.
Of course, they're two.
Yeah, and I think
pageants.
Miss World,
yeah,
I'm sorry to say it, is sometimes much more popular than Miss Face of the Globe, isn't it?
It's much bigger.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Now, could you tell us the difference between your own category, which is Miss Face of the Globe, and Miss World?
And Miss World. Okay, first of all, Face of the Globe is a very recent pageant. It means it wasn't formed like years back as compared to Miss World. And the similarity between this, first of all, is that you've got girls from different countries, different parts of the world that come together to compete for a crown. That's the similarity. And then the difference, I think, is that to compete for Miss World, you'd have to be the Miss of your country. You have to win, you know, the crown, the national, you know, the national contest in your country first before going for Miss World. But then if you have to compete for Face of the Globe, you don't have to win the, you know, the contest from, you know, within your country before going for Face of the Globe.
For Face of the Globe.
Yeah,
now the question I would like to ask you is, did you grow up in Cameroon?
I did.
And in Cameroon, have you ever contested in the local category of the Miss competition?
That is the funny part. I have never. It's only when I left this country that I had like the motivation to do so. Yeah, because I think abroad it just exposes you to much more. I'm not saying here you're not exposed. I'm just saying abroad, to me, since I was studying, I had nothing else doing apart from that, so I needed to find something to back me up. So that's how I got into the whole thing.
Now let me ask you something which is kind of personal, right?
Yeah.
Your name is Ramoutou Silou Endeley.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused.
Yeah.
If I may, is that Ramatou?
Yeah.
It sounds at the north, maybe a person from the northwest region of Cameroon or the greater north of Cameroon, because those regions have a large Muslim population.
Yeah.
Are you from one of these two regions that I have mentioned?
I am not sure about the history of that name, but one thing I know for sure is that my grandmother and my great-grandmother were of, they had like a Muslim lineage, something like that. That's what my mom told me. So yeah, that's all I know.
Okay,
I will do more research on that.
It's very good to do the research. Now the other middle name, which is Silou. Silou sound a kind of Congolese. When you go to Congo, you have Claude Silou, who is the minister of urban planning or something like that. Yeah. And are you all do you have a Congolese lineage or something like that?
I inherited this name from Queen Silou Endeley Ramatou of Boya. She's of blessed memory now. And I'm not sure if she had any
linkage with Congo. But may I, before coming back to history, with which I think I can do a bit of history about it, is now about Endeley.
Yeah.
Any connection with any Endeley or the journalist who is Ngomba Endeley?
That is my dad, and I'm from the Endeley's family of Boya, the royal family.
The royal family. So you are a princess.
You can say that.
Brilliant. And now, along the line, I understand you are a fan of Vlasco. Is it Vlisco? Yeah. And for those who may not know what is Vlisco, is the famous loincloth, I think from the fabric, from Netherlands, something like that.
It's international.
International, actually. Right? But now very popular in West Africa.
Yeah. So the story behind that is when I was in Seko Baptist College, because that's where I went to.
You're a Sekerite, eh?
I'm a Sekerite, proud one. So when I was in Seko Baptist College, in Form 3, I always used to take this Vlisco magazines to school, And my friends thought, oh, you look like the models in the magazine. So they started calling me Vlisco right up till now. I just cut it to Vlis, and everyone calls me like Rama Vlis. And that's how I got my nickname.
Good. Rama Vlis is a nickname of Ramoutou Silou Endeley. Now, for every beauty queen,
Yeah.
I think the rule requires that you should have something as an objective to
A platform.
Right?
Yeah.
And which is your, what is yours?
My platform is to engage in more humanitarian services. We already started last year and part of this year. I visited Wotutu, the orphanage in Wotutu. I didn't have so much time on my hands, but I'll be coming to Cameroon more often to visit orphanages, spend time with the children, teach them how to read and write, just engage them in activities.
So if I understand, to be more clear,
Yeah.
your own humanitarian, your own pick or take is humanitarian.
Humanitarian.
And which entails just visiting orphanages.
Visiting orphanages, offering what I can afford, I can save and give to them. Yeah, just that makes me happy.
That makes you happy. And now, most young girls watching you today, if they also wanted to follow your footpath, what will you ask them to do?
Okay, first of all, I think the idea of pageantry is a very good one because it encourages young girls to be able to express themselves in public, and it also gives you like so many opportunities to do just a wide variety of things. Like when you go to pageants, you meet so many different people. You can market yourself to say, hey, I want to become this. You get contacts and you just take it from there. I have always wanted to be a model, and I've used this so much. I've had shoots with people like Alain Gam. It's been amazing. So if you want to do something, I think you should start from somewhere, and I think pageantry, it's a very good start.
You talk about Alain Gam.
Alain Gam, the photographer.
Personally, I don't know him. Who is he, by the way?
I think he's one of the biggest Cameroon photographers. Yeah, he's like a celebrity photographer.
Where is he resident?
He's here in Douala.
He's here in Douala.
Yeah,
Alain Gam. At Bonanjo.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you another question. When you went to Disneyland, on the outskirts of Paris, I think it's Val d'Oise or Val de Man, Val d'Oise, or Val de Man, anyway. When they talk about Cameroon, right? Do you speak French?
I speak a little bit of French.
So it's a French-speaking country. How did you do to be able to beat or defeat those who were fluent in French?
Okay, the thing is, it was a mix. Like there were French girls, there were English girls, we're all sorts just mixed up in the whole thing. So
okay, and now tell us, you come from Cameroon, from English-speaking Cameroon.
English-speaking Cameroon.
Were they aware that English is spoken in Cameroon, or they were kind of shocked and awed that, okay, this lady comes from Cameroon and she cannot speak French, she speaks only English?
Okay, first of all, it was very hard for them to locate Cameroon on the African map, because most of them knew Nigeria.
Of course.
Most of them thought I was Nigerian. I had to obviously sensitize them on my country and the people and the beauty of it. And then obviously they thought it was like a French-speaking country, but I'm like, no, there's a small English part, and that's where I'm from. So yeah, and that's how I told them I was like English-speaking, and they were all surprised.
They were surprised.
Yeah.
And when you discovered that they were surprised, you who is an English-speaking Cameroonian, how did you feel? If I wasn't Cameroonian, I'm sure I would have thought same. So no hard feelings. Okay. Now tell me, when you come to Cameroon, what is the frequency of you coming to Cameroon?
Say every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
Yeah.
And when you are in Cameroon, you go out visiting orphanages.
Yeah.
And now the focal point is around Boya, if I'm not wrong.
Wotutu.
Wotutu.
Limbe Boya.
Okay, you've gone around there. And when you went there, what type of impression did you leave from those orphanages? How many orphanages have you visited in the first place?
Two. One here, one in England.
In England?
Yeah.
And when you were let me talk about that of Cameroon.
Yeah.
Because I want to avoid comparisons.
Yeah.
But when you visited that of Cameroon, the impression you left with, what impression did you leave with after visiting them?
What impression did I leave with?
Let's make it simpler. Did you feel as though those orphans there were being taken good care of, or you felt that, well, the management were trying their best, but they needed a kind of boost or a kind of help?
First of all, it was a single lady who was taking care of over 19 kids. Yeah, she just took them as her own, and the living standards was really low. I just felt really bad, and I thought, well, a lot more could be done if we online we let people know about situations like this, so that everyone can put hands in their pocket and give to these orphanages and see how their lives can be better, and how we can also send them to school, and just see to it that they're better people in future.
Now, when you saw that and what you've explained, now what do you intend to do to try to raise awareness about that? And do you know the name of that orphanage where you visited?
God's love. It has
something. God love something, yeah. At Wututu. And where is Wututu located here in Cameroon?
I think it's in between Limbe and Boya.
In between Limbe and Boya. Now, so will you be able to replicate the prowess you did doing your bakery, which led you to Miss Face of the Globe Cameroon 2016?
Yeah.
Will you be able to replicate that in trying to raise awareness on this orphanage?
Of course, I can do that. Matter of fact, last year, my cousin and I, she's of my age, we intended to start our own foundation, our own child's foundation. It's just school and all, so it's been very slow, but we're still working on that. So that aside, I'd visit that orphanage, Wututu, and more orphanages, and yeah, I can do more big sales. I don't know if they really do that here in Cameroon, to be honest, because I haven't seen so many big sales, but yeah, I could start and get people aware of the orphanages around so that they can help.
Perhaps if you want to raise awareness, Canal de English is always ready. If
good.
One day you want to come here, we'll try to see what to do.
Okay.
But let me ask you something now, which is a kind of personal.
Okay.
Your dad is one of the top journalists in this country.
Okay.
What was the reaction of your parents when they learned that you were Miss Faith of the Globe Cameroon 2016?
They were very excited. My mom especially, she's been very, very supportive. My dad as well, he was, when I came home with the crown and all, he was very happy, obviously. He was telling his friends and all of that.
Okay. Do you think at one point that you said your mother was very supportive, right?
Yeah.
But your dad was a kind of reticent until he saw the crown?
No, he was equally excited about it.
Okay.
Yeah. He was.
And how do you conciliate your title of Miss Faith of the Globe and education?
Wow. Thankfully, that has only been a year. It's just taking part of my time. And now that I'm in third year, I wanted to go into another pageant, but then my mom advised me to just concentrate on this final year and finish it first, so that I can obtain my degree and then go into as many pageants as I want to. Doing that last year with my school, I don't think it was very challenging, because I ensured that I took out only my break to do most of these things, so it didn't really disturb my school.
It didn't disturb your school. And the other pageant that you wanted to contest or take part in, which is
Africa.
Miss Africa.
Yeah.
When was it to take place?
It was to take place, I think I was sent an email just recently to come for the casting in July. Yeah, so next month.
In which country?
in London still.
In London still, right? So London seems to be hype for culture, right?
Yeah.
And now when you came back to Cameroon,
Yeah.
did you have any kind of, besides your parents,
Yeah.
did the Ministry of Culture, or is it Anyway, Culture,
Yeah.
talk to you or write to you to find out or congratulate you?
Like you said, Face of the Globe is not as popular as Miss World. Not so many people knew about this pageant. To be honest, I think I am the one who let so many people know about this new pageant, how it works, you know. So I don't think they have heard about it yet. But yeah, if I have the chance to, I'll
you tell them,
yeah,
you
I'll
try to
tell
educate them on the
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
But in such a thing, I think, do you think the government of Cameroon, because if the government of Cameroon wants to be interested,
Yeah.
like in anything, they'll want to get something in return. What do you think Cameroon stands to gain if, for example, they get interested in Miss Face of the Globe?
I haven't really thought about that.
You have thought about that,
I
right?
haven't thought about it.
But you said along the way that when you were there at Disneyland,
Yeah.
it was a unique occasion
Yeah.
to showcase Cameroon,
Yep.
especially to let people understand that it's not a French-speaking country, that it
Yeah.
is bilingual
Yeah.
with English and French.
Yep.
So don't you think that it is also going to be an opportunity for people to know Cameroon?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big opportunity.
A big opportunity.
Yep.
Now tell us, you are a student, right? Can we know the field of education?
Marketing.
Marketing. So you know how to market yourself best, right?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
And what is your ambition? After your degree, what else do you want to do?
After my degree, I think I'm still thinking yet if I should return to England to obtain my master's in international marketing, because I don't just want to do marketing at some level. I want to go international. And yeah, after that, I think I'd know where to go from there.
Now, after that, will you want to come back to Cameroon, or would you want to stay in the United Kingdom?
My brother was there with me, and then he came back to Cameroon, and I think it was very easy for him to get a job here. So that's motivated me. I think I'd like to come back.
You'd like to come back?
Yeah.
So you love Cameroon?
I love Cameroon.
You've been following all what is going on in Cameroon?
I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Now let's see about. I would like to bring you on a turf, which perhaps is not yours. It is a political turf.
Ooh, political.
And as a role model, what will you advise Cameroonian youth, if you had an advice to give to Cameroonian youth, both boys and girls?
Cameroonian youth?
Yes.
Just say people of my age.
People of your age, precisely.
Okay, I'd encourage them to stay in school, because I've realized that most people of my age are dropping out, going into, I don't know, other sectors that requires you to be an intellect, or, you know. So I'd advise them to stay in school first before pursuing other things.
You are a girl, right?
Yeah.
Hardworking, going to school.
Yeah.
But most young girls, as you are, want to have easy life.
Exactly.
Style. And when you look at them, what can you advise them?
I've realized that most girls of my age, they just want the fast-going life, but there's a lot to being patient in life. There's a lot, and just concentrate on one thing before moving on to the next, because when you're all over the place, you can be just.
And when you were at the Seka Baptist College,
Sick.
and you had friends who have dropped out, right?
Yeah, a few.
A few. And what was the cause of the school dropout?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. And now when we come now, the next Miss Face of the Globe Cameroon, or Miss Face of the Globe, when next would be the next contest?
That was in April.
April, yes.
April 2016.
16.
So I'm hoping April 2017.
April 2017. If now you have other Cameroonians, now that they know you, you are like the icon
Yeah.
of the Miss Faith of the Globe
Yeah.
in Cameroon.
Yeah.
If other women, other young girls of your age wanted to take part, what do they need to do?
I think they just, what do they need to do?
Do you have a website?
Of course, they have a website. If you submit your application and you're good, you're viable for the, if you're, you know, you fit their criteria, obviously, you're going to be shortlisted.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that Cameroonians stand any chances if they do?
Of course. I was the first Cameroonian to go into this particular pageant. I'm hoping very much that this year other Cameroonians are there. I'm going to get in touch with the director, the Face of the Globe director, just to, you know, see if there are other Cameroonians there so that I could coach them, you know, through the process.
Yeah, and tell them that if they want people, the kind of promo Canal de English can do it for them and raise awareness to other Cameroonians. Now, I think there's a kind of age bracket or something that if you want to, not every woman goes into it, right?
Yeah, but okay, here is another difference
Thank
between
you.
Miss World and Face of the Globe. Face of the Globe has like categories. It has the child category, the teen category, and then the adult category. So you can go as a child, a teen, or an adult, depending on you.
Depending on you.
Yeah.
And the teen, what is the age?
It ranges from...
Continue.
Are you asking for the age of what category?
Yes.
What category are you asking for? The adults?
Yeah, exactly.
The adult is from like 20. I'm 21. It's from 20 right up to I think 30.
Okay.
30 or 25. I forgot.
Brilliant. Okay, Ramoutou Silou Endeley, it was a great pleasure having you here today.
Thank you.
And we hope to have you again, maybe to talk about Miss Face of the Globe, how to encourage other Cameroonians to contest.
Yeah.
And once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Miss Ramoutou Silou Endeley was our guest today, and she is the reigning Miss Face of the Globe Cameroon 2016. Please do not go away. Stay tuned to more programs here on Canal de English.
Thank you.